it ring, let it ring.
I don't want any distractions.
Well, there's a woman after my own heart.
You break mine every time you leave.
Maybe I have something to help ease the pain. A token of my undying affection.
You're too good to me. Always have been.
That's me, baby. Patron saint of sinners.
There's no answer.
Are you sure you have the right place?
That makes the most sense. It's where he grew up.
In the brothel?
Yeah, as sad as it sounds, it's the closest thing my dad had to a home. Yeah, it might be the only place that he feels he can turn to after I convince the whole family to shut him out.
No, you were trying to save Luke.
Yeah, how do you save someone who's determined to self-destruct? Dad never went into much detail about his childhood, but I mean, I know the basics. My grandfather was an alcoholic. He had a bad temper. He used to take it out on the whole family, and then he abandoned my dad and his sister after their mother died.
Well, I know what it's like to live with a mean drunk. Would have liked to boot my own dad out on his backside, blowing his paycheck every week down at the pub, sort of putting food on the table. And kids, they shouldn't survive on their wits alone.
Yeah, I know. That's what my dad and Bobby had to do for a while, till the money got tight, and the cops were threatening to make them wards of the state. That's why they moved down here to Florida to stay with their Aunt Ruby. She's the one that ran the brothel back in the day.
How much of the business were they exposed to?
I mean, Bobby was only a teenager when she started working as a hooker. And my dad would, lift wallets, run scams. I mean, he used the house as his base of operations.
Think how different their lives would have been if your grandfather had never taken a drink.
Yeah, I know, it's incredible. It's incredible how one simple choice can have such a lasting impact on people's lives. But it defined who my dad became, for better or worse. When I was a kid, I wanted to be just like my dad. And then when I got older, the pedestal I had him on came crashing down, and I wanted to be anyone except him.
Is that why you became a cop?
I don't know, probably, on some level. I mean, I resented him for a lot of different things, including how he would just take off whenever life became too mundane. And maybe if I would have tried harder to understand what he'd been through and where he came from, it could have saved us a lot of pain.
Well, children, they push away from their parents. It's part of growing up.
I know. And my dad had to grow up faster than most people. And with a role model like Tim Spencer, it would have been so easy for him to just check out on his own kids. But he never did. It was just the opposite. And I never doubted that my father loved me.
Of course he loves you. If he didn't, Jake's death, it wouldn't be taking such a toll on him.
Yeah. I know that he's a good man. I'm just not sure how to get him to believe it. He tried telling me that an intervention was a bad idea. I should have listened. I knew how my dad would react being backed into a corner. I just handled it all wrong.
No, you had just lost your son. You had your own grief to deal with. If anything, Luke should have been trying to help you.
He can't, and he knew it. No one can. Not that I don't appreciate all that you've done.
Oh, it's not about me.
It's just the thing is right now, Dad is carrying so much guilt over what happened to Jake, and all I did was add fuel to the fire by cramming the 12 steps down his throat. So if I start to do that, will you please just kick me or something?
You know, I don't think Luke's gonna be real receptive if he feels like he's being ganged up on.
Right.
So I think the best thing would be for you to go speak to him alone.
But you've come all this way.
To support you. I'll be here when you get back.
Okay.
Do you have any idea what you're gonna say to your dad when you find him?
All I can do is love him, flaws and all. That's what I plan to do.
Occupado. The room's in use. Move on. Oh, hell. Tell however that is to go away. We're just getting to the good part.
Hi. Well, looks like you've been at it a while.
I'd offer you a drink, but I guess that would be insensitive.
Excuse me. So, has the place changed much since Ruby used to run it?
I gotta hand it to you, cowboy. Your detective skills are finally honed. Oh, I guess an introduction is in order. This is my firstborn, Lucas Lorenzo Spencer. We call him Lucky, although I'm sure he doesn't feel that way right now since he's been saddled with my defective DNA. This is Lupe. She's an old friend.
Nice to meet you.
You too. Listen, if you don't mind, I'd like a few minutes alone with my dad.
Hang on, baby. Don't go anywhere. That's not a good idea. You should walk away now and not look back.
Can't do that.
Sure you can. If I've taught you anything, it's how to walk away.
Well, you also taught me how to show up when it matters.
Guilt is not going to get me back to Shady Brook.
It's not why I'm here. I came to tell you that I was wrong.